What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Zoya Darling and Naturel 4 collections to show you guys. I am catching up on swatches. Half of these were recorded about a month ago, and the other half was a little bit after that. I have switched up my setup a little bit, so you're going to see two different angles in this, but that was in the middle of me updating my setup once again. So we're going to start off with the Naturel 4 collection. This is a set of 5 creams and 1 shimmer. And to preface this video, I am using Zoya's Naked Manicure Glossy Seal Top Coat in all of these swatches. So first up we have Evelyn. This is described as a soft, cool-toned blush pink cream with smooth application. So I really loved the Naturel collection. They are so pretty, and I think they are, in my opinion, more of these very obviously true to their collection's name, very neutral colors that can definitely lean as a nude depending on your skin tone. And I do think that they are universally flattering. So even though I'm very warm toned, I do classify myself as being medium toned, that I thought that they popped really well against me. So I think depending on your skin tone, they might play up with the undertones a bit, but overall they had really lovely poppable sort of colors. Now, Evelyn is very creamy and smooth and buttery and just easy peasy application. It self-levels very well. Now, at the point that I was swatching Evelyn, I did have my nails a touch longer than what I normally keep them. So I did need that third coat just to plump everything out. So if you are rocking shorties, I think 2 coats would be perfect for you. And next is Cami. This is described as a pale mauve taupe cream. So absolutely true to that official description. I think this is leaning as a perfect nude on myself. Very neutral. This is a really lovely, flattering, neutral taupe, and it does have that very subtle mauve undertone to it. Now this also has a very strong self-leveling formula to it, very easy peasy application, and it plumps up so nice. Now this one, I thought 2 coats was perfect on it. As you can see on the second coat, it's self-leveling so well. Dry time on all of these are perfect. So if you want to go in just a touch heavier than you normally do if you do polish thinly, dry time is not a problem at all. And that Zoya's Glossy Seal Top Coat is a quick dry glossy top coat, and you can see it just kind of evens everything out. Really wonderful. And next is Marlowe. This is described as a duochrome with a rose gold shimmer and slate blue base. Now on Zoya's website, this does state that it can also double as a topper. So I think that gives you a good idea. On the first coat here, I think it will look really cool over some of the duskier sort of colors that are in this video. So I do agree there's versatility with this one. But if you wanted to wear it on its own, I'm going to suggest going in for 3 coats on it. This has a jelly formula, and I think it does require that third coat just to fully really bring out that base color very well. In person, this has a very strong shimmery sort of cast to it, and there's a lot of those larger particle rose gold flecks going through here. So really lovely overall, and even though it's got that jelly lighter formula to it, it does self-level really well. So again, glossy top coat on the full hand shot here, and I think there's tons and tons of versatility with how you want to wear Marlowe. And next is Vivian. This is described as a dusty grape cream. So this is more on this, again, very neutral vibe here. This one has that crelly sort of creamy formula that I have discussed in the past on my previous Zoya videos. There was one collection I didn't really care for the formula on it, and then the next collection that had it, I really liked it. It was almost like it was perfected at that point, and I think Vivian also goes along with this perfected crelly sort of formula. It's very creamy, easy to self-level, but it also has this bit of a bounce to it like a jelly. So for opacity, I'm going to suggest going in for 2 normal coats on it. The formula is very forgiving. As you can see on this second coat here, I'm kind of overworking it a bit, but very forgiving. So easy peasy. Once you go in with your glossy top coat, it just kind of smooths everything out. Really wonderful application here as well. And next is Adeline. This is described as a deep fig taupe cream. So again, going on with this neutral, earthy sort of nude vibes. This one's a touch darker, really nice formula on this too. This also has what I consider that curly sort of formula that Vivian had and a bit of a bounce back on your brush strokes, but again, it's a really wonderful formula. It self-levels incredibly well, stays put exactly where you put it. I think I want to say about a year, maybe 2 years ago when I first started doing PR for Zoya, that there was a bit of almost chalkiness to some of their creams. I really feel like they have amped it up like crazy, and their formulas have been stellar, at least the last several collections that I've worked on. So both of these sets are really nice formulas, very forgiving, and you can see 2 to 3 coats is perfect, and they plump up and give you that gorgeous gel-like plump finish I'm always going for. And finally, we have Barrett. This is described as a taupe violet cream. So again, this has definitely this violet sort of undertone to it, just a touch of this dusky, almost purpley sort of very subtle undertone. And again, that nice taupey sort of effect. Now this one I felt like also leaned as a very excellent neutral nude on myself, really wonderful. And this also has that curly sort of formula to it, similar to, once again, Adeline and Vivian. So for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on this one as well. Again, you can see on the second coat here, really nice plumping action, and it self-levels. Again, very forgiving, at risk for repeating myself here, and just go in with a cleanup brush if you make any sort of mistakes on these more curly formulas, and it still gives you those really nice tight lines against your cuticles. Now next we're going to go over the Darling collection. This is a set of 6 springy creams. First up, we've got Kayleigh. This is described as a calming light lilac purple cream. So this is wonderful. I actually really truly enjoyed the Darling collection. They're very pretty, very perfect for spring and these warmer sort of temperatures that we're getting, at least over here in the South. Absolutely wonderful. Now Kayleigh also has that curly sort of formula to it, in that it's got that bit of a bounce back. Almost feels like it's got a very light jelly feel to it, but definitely plumps up and self-levels buttery smooth and very strong like a cream. Easy to get it to opacity. So for this one, I'm going to suggest 2 coats as well. Finish off with a glossy top coat and you'll get that gorgeous gel-like appearance. And next is Mara. This is described as a soft, muted, rose-toned mauve cream. These types of colors I am all about. They're so pretty. I do think this one does have a very strong neutral effect against my skin tone, but it's just such a stunning color. I think this would look so pretty as an office shade, and it's just very lovely. Again, on myself, I think this one definitely played up against my skin tone. So I think Mara is going to be kind of similar to the Naturel collection in that it's going to play up against whatever tone you are. So again, 2 coats, easy peasy, strongly self-leveling formula. Once again here, and finishing off with the Glossy Seal top coat. You can see it's just super glossy. And next is Joyce. This is described as a juicy hot pink cream. Now, I want to note that in case this one comes off skewed depending on your monitor, this is what I consider definitely a hot pink cream. I do think there is a very strong grapefruit vibe going on with this one in terms of types of pink that it is. This also has that curly sort of formula to it, and it's very plumping and lovely. I went just a touch heavier, more so what I personally do when I'm polishing for myself outside of swatching, and easy thickness going on here. I really like polishes, especially creams that have that extra oomph plumping thickness factor, if that makes sense. And next is Ella. This is described as a refreshing coral cream with a kiss of pink undertones. I do absolutely agree with the official description on this one. I do think it's very coral-like, but I want to say that, in my opinion, I think it definitely has this more salmon sort of pink vibe going on with it. I also think this is another really flattering shade. Very nice formula with this one. Starts off just a touch on the lighter side in terms of comparison to the others, but we still have this nice plumping, curly sort of formula with it. Very easy to get it to build up. So again, I think 2 coats is perfect on it, and gives you those nice tight lines against your cuticles just for that really like groomed sort of look. Very, very lovely. And next is Tweedy. This is described as a bright and uplifting bubblegum pink cream. Another one of my favorites in this set. This is so, so pretty. I love pastel sort of bubblegum pinks like this. I just think they're universally flattering and they pop on pretty much any skin tone. Very, very nice. So just in case, since I know that pinks and reds typically give me a little bit of trouble for color accuracy, I do agree. This is straight up bubblegum pink action. Very nice. It does have just the slightest bit of a very vibrant, almost flirting with being a pastel sort of vibe with that base color. It's very, very wonderful. Now for opacity here too, I'm also going to suggest 2 coats. I'm a robot again because I'm repeating myself, but the formula on all of these are absolutely wonderful, and 2 coats for pretty much the majority of them I think is perfect. And finally, we have Val. This is described as a relaxing mid-toned sky blue cream. Definitely my top pick in this video. No surprise there. This has a wonderful, creamy, somewhat curly formula once again, and it builds up very easily. Again, wonderful, forgiving formula, and it's just such a pretty pale blue, kind of flirting with being of the powdery blue sort of color. Just really nice. This one is definitely another one that screams spring in a bottle to me. Just absolutely gorgeous. This medium, it almost has a dusky vibe to it, but it's still very vibrant in person, especially if you have medium to deep skin tones. I think this is going to pop really well on you. Now again, finish off with the glossy top coat on this one, and you'll be good to go. Now, the Darling collection and the Naturel 4 collection are currently available through Zoya's website. I will link that below for you guys if you want to check it out. And they will also be available at select Ulta stores, so you can grab those online or in person if you so choose. Lots of options for that, and really, really wonderful. So they've also got a neon set that's released too. I'm hoping to get my hands on that so I can review it for you guys. Cannot wait to work on those neons. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.